international chef, Chef Armin, darling. Welcome to the set.
Deborah, great to see you again. Always a pleasure.
Great to see you. And you have some great festive things for us tonight.
Yeah, we're doing farm to table today, so we've got everything nice and fresh and local. And we're going to start with some mahi-mahi and some caprese salad.
Caprese?
Yes,
Love
caprese.
it.
Deborah did a good job.
With fresh.
This is fresh mozzarella cheese from local farms right here in Charlotte.
Love it, love it, love it. I will be prepping that as
She'll
we
be
get
prepping
started.
that, and I'm going to start the mahi for you over here. So what I'm going to do is get my burner lit.
So let me ask you about the mahi. That's one of my favorite fishes in the world. So I always order it at a restaurant, but I usually don't buy it. What am I looking for when I go to the market to purchase it?
You want to make sure you got a nice white and pink color like this because it's a white fish.
So let's see.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the fish itself. So this is fresh. It's from Gulf Coast, and we also can get it from Hawaii. So that's where this fish is from normally.
So look for the white and pink.
Yeah, look for the white and pink, and make sure, you know, if it's gray in a market and you don't like the color of it, it's great to have the skin off the bottom because then you can just pan sear it nice and easy. Okay. So this is a really nice fresh fish, and it's not too expensive. You can get a grouper or swordfish, same texture, but I like this a little better because it's white fish, and that's one of my favorite. Okay.
And we're going to show how long you would actually, if you're going to not grill it, but if you're going to do it in a pan.
If you're going to pan sear this, it takes about 10-15 minutes. Okay. It just depends how high you're going to run your heat. We're going to take our time with it while we do some other stuff.
I'm going to be preparing.
Yeah, she's going to start the caprese salad, but right now I'm going to add a little olive oil, a little butter, some garlic, and just some salt and pepper. So we're keeping simple on the flavors here for the fish because we're going to top it off with a nice cilantro finish with arugula.
So I'm going to say I get so many viewer responses from your segments because truly you make everything look so easy, like we can do it at home. And lots of times we get intimidated with food because you're an international chef and you make it, you know, we get intimidated. But you really show the audience how simple and easy it is to cook. And don't be afraid, right?
Exactly. Don't be afraid of your food. I mean, make sure the heat's down so you don't get burned, but you want to make sure you, pardon me, guys. Just to bubble up all over Deborah. So we're going to just sizzle a little bit, kind of sear it around the pan so it sucks up those juices. Now Deborah's over here slicing up our mozzarella cheese. This mozzarella cheese is fresh, so it doesn't have a lot of salt on it, so it's always nice to add a little kosher salt and pepper to it when you're done. You're going to slice it nice and thin, and then we're going to grab one of these heirloom tomatoes. Now, heirloom tomatoes are made from a certain seed, so you can bring them back every year with the same seeds, and they're not always available. Other tomatoes, like big boy tomatoes and local farmers market best place, but you can grow these at home, and they grow really, really well in Charlotte. So they're a little hard to slice because of the funky shape, but Deborah's going to make the best of it by cutting the bottom off.
Because I'm a chef, not international.
She's a chef. She's my sous chef. And you see what's nice about the heirloom is it's got a nice color going in and out of the tomato. So you can see the shades of yellow and green and purple and white, they're all different colors. But keep those seeds from the flowers so you can make new ones when you're done. And then we're going to slice those in half and kind of lay them out with some fresh basil on them. You see we're starting to get a nice sear on the bottom of our fish here at the same time. And you can cut them on the cutting board, Deborah. I always worry about you with it in your hands like that.
I'm a chef.
You are. Don't make me nervous.
The blood will be the same color, maybe. We'll never know.
So we're going to go ahead and look at the bottom of these and flip this over. Try not to get anything on Deborah. You see we got a nice sear on this already. And you want to make sure you don't overcook this fish because it is a nice tender fish. You can put a lid on it and get more of a steam sear to it. But as we finish it, we can do that. We'll just put another pan right on top of it as we go.
And I do want to mention we're like really into the farm to table and healthy. This is such a healthy meal.
It is, and what's nice about it is you've got your fresh tomatoes, the low-fat cheese, and then we're going to add fresh arugula and cilantro to everything as well. So go ahead and finish up with that tomato.
So I'll put it on here?
Lay it out on there if you can. Can you reach that okay? I'm going to cover this so it doesn't sear on Deborah.
Fabulous salt and pepper on it first, right?
And then lay out some cheeses.
Do I do the salt and peppers first?
Yeah,
or after?
yeah. So you can do it at the end.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add just a little bit of key lime juice, one of my favorite things to use. So we get some citrus flavor. I'll just stand here and squeeze the lemons and limes. And Deborah, you're doing a great job there. Look at that, how pretty.
I learned from the best.
You have.
We've been doing this together how many years?
For a long time. And now we're going to add a little piece of cheese on each one, just like this. Not drop it like me. And Deborah, you're going to take that basil and we can just leave the leaves whole, or you can chop them, do it however you want to do it. And then we're just going to drizzle a little balsamic vinegar on it. See, you can see it's fresh when it falls apart like this, but if you get a hard piece of it, oh, it's not fresh. And this is balsamic vinaigrette. It's balsamic vinegar, like glazed, and then it's just poured over it lightly, so you get a really nice flavor. Now you want the salt and pepper.
Where did you get that?
That you can get at any local market, or you can make it yourself. It's easier just to buy sometimes than to make stuff like that. You see we got a nice sear on both sides of our fish now. Look at that.
That's one of my absolute favorite fish.
We're going to give this just a few more minutes, and then we're going to add a couple other things to the pan while it's cooking. We can make this a one-pan pot meal.
Love it.
And then we're just going to break off some of these leaves of the fresh basil here. And just break them up with your hands. Doesn't have to be chopped, just nice little pieces. Throw the stem away. It's nice. You can smell all the fresh stuff. And even our flowers over here, we got these at the market too. So we added some fresh mint, Deborah. So you can smell the mint. So you get this nice fresh, I'll pull it off. Not playing with me here. So we got some nice fresh mint. It's always nice to add some fresh herbs to your flowers. Add some more aroma to the table.
Love it. That is smelling just so amazing.
Yeah, this is coming out just perfect right now. So what we're going to do is move it over just a little bit, and we're going to add our potatoes to that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put that back in the front here. Let me move this away from you. You're going to slice these potatoes up in half for me, Deborah?
I would love to.
Get this out of her way.
After I try a bite of this.
You've got to have a piece of them up to them. So good. And then we're going to just cut these potatoes in half. And what we're going to do is put them in the plate here with this. And that's going to complement our mahi as our start.
With me all the time.
I'd love to, Deborah. We're not even going to bother wiping this plate off because tomatoes will just add more flavor. All right, so Deborah, throw those potatoes right in here. We're going to pop a little bit, so put them in the oil. We're going to get a nice little crisp going on these.
And how much you just, all this is a little olive oil.
This is olive oil, butter, of course. And then I added the key lime juice, and we've got salt, pepper, and garlic. Okay. So you don't want to over flavor it, because like I said, we're going to add fresh herbs to this when we're done cooking it to top it.
And so instead of a cover, you just put a smaller, just for...
Yeah, just a smaller pan, sometimes easier to deal with than trying to pick up a hot lid. Yeah, and you've got the handle here, so you can just do it like this. It makes it a lot easier. And then what we're going to do when the potatoes are done, we've already pre-cooked them, so they're not going to take too long to warm up. Okay. We're going to plate the salmon, and then we're going to do some green beans, some fresh haricot berries they're called. So let's go ahead.
How do we know when the mahi-mahi is ready?
Because you're going to see it's nice and crisp on the bottom. I'm going to say this piece is done. We're going to leave the other one in there. These are big pieces. Now remember, your fish is going to keep cooking when you set it on your plate. So you don't have to keep playing with it in the pan. Just let it cool off a little bit. We're going to add our potatoes right here. And fingerling potatoes work great. These are little mini Yukons. It smells delicious. You know your crew in the green room is going crazy right now.
So you are my favorite, but you are also the crew's favorite, because guess what? They get really good in bed. Really good in bed.
Now we're going to add our green beans, the same stuff we have in here. The other fish is still cooking. We're going to get a nice just a little bit of a sear on these. You don't need to add any more flavor. You got plenty of oil and butter in here already.
So it's almost like you use the au jus for everything, the same.
Right. And these are, like I said, these are haricots verts, so they're crisp green bean. Haricots verts. And they're crisp green beans, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. Scoop them in too. Always gets a little messy here on the set. And now our green beans are in.
And
now,
look how pretty this plate is.
Oh, it's really pretty. And then I was just recently in Charleston, and I saw this recipe, and I just fell in love with it. So we're going to do the same thing here today. We're going to add a little bit more olive oil. And this is going to be the topping on our mahi. We're going to add just a little bit of cilantro. We're going to kind of give this a little fry, a little sear. It's great if you want to deep fry it too, because it's nice and crisp. We're going to add some arugula. Give it a little bit more green, crispy flavor.
I saw your pictures from Charleston.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's beautiful. Love going through on these kind of stuff. So you just want a nice sear on this until everything breaks down a little bit. And then we're going to top this with just a little agave. And this is one of my favorite sweeteners. I use it for everything. It's a natural sugar sweetener from the agave plant. So we're just using a little bit of this just to give it a nice sweet flavor. And you can see how this broke down real nice here. So
it looks like a sauteed spinach. Sauteed spinach.
It is. It's just like a spinach. So we're going to try to take this off of here. This goes right on top of your mahi right here. And we are finished.
So this is amazing. So we started with this amazing caprese salad with fresh mozzarella that just made it on point, and heirloom tomatoes.
Got it.
And then our fabulous MahiMahi, which we just used olive oil, a little
garlic, salt, pepper,
and
a little butter, of course,
and your key lime,
and my key lime juice. Don't forget the key lime.
Bite. And then did that for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, this just took about 15 minutes. This piece is a little bigger, it's taking a little bit longer. Usually you want to get 6 to 7 ounce pieces so they cook evenly.
And then we just did our amazing, to make it healthy, green beans.
Haricots verts, nice and crisp.
And then we did
mini Yukon gold potatoes.
And this is a healthy dinner. Something that's amazing, that looks like it's international chef prepared.
Exactly, because you can get mahi in Hawaii, you can get it in America too, right?
Right. So let's take a bite.
Let's take a bite. We got to find something. We might have to do it with a spoon.
Let's do it. Let's dig in. This is what we always do, right?
And you just break into the fish, and you can see it's still nice and white and a little pink in the very center.
RPG,
perfect. Yes.
Not too big of a bite?
Oh, come on, Deborah, don't be picky.
Hello. What are you talking about?
It's a little bite. I'm going to fall over. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure. So thank you for stopping by the set tonight and showing us this international meal that our audience can cook at home in a matter of 20 minutes, and you can look like a chef. Thanks, and have a great night, and thanks for tuning in to the Deborah Kennedy Show.
See y'all.